Hello guys, and welcome to another video with Cass on the Maizuma channel. So today guys, I got this wooden box delivered to me. It was in front of my door and I have no idea what it does. So it looks like a gift, so maybe we should just go ahead and activate it to see what it does. I don't believe we were very successful with that, so maybe let's just try again. Okay, I give up. Okay guys, enough with the amazing acting. So yeah, this is what is called a useless box or useless machine, or the most useless machine ever created and things like that. You will find references to it in the video description. There are links. So I decided to recreate this in Minecraft. This is like the third or fourth time that I tried to build something like that, but this time I tried to make this a little bit different. I built a hipster version of this, and this is it working. You guys can also see that a piston extends here, but everything has a meaning here. And of course, when I finally expose to you guys the redstone behind this creation, you guys will understand why. So this is something I have always wanted to do, like having the piston going all the way outside of the box and breaking the lever, because it looks like the original, it makes it look like the original useless machine from the internet, where I saw it for the first time. And wow, this is a lot more convenient now with the observer blocks. It was possible already to make something like this with the slime blocks, but it was like really not worth it for a useless machine. And this thing is, despite being a useless machine, has a lot of really interesting redstone concepts. So yeah, let's go and check out the redstone behind this thing so I can talk more about the fancy stuff that I came up with. And this is it guys, this is the redstone responsible for what you just saw. So let's activate this once more so you can see the pistons. Okay, maybe once again from another angle so you guys can have a better idea of how this works, maybe from up here. Okay, so let's break some blocks here so you guys can see it working with exactly what it needs to work. Yeah, this thing, as you guys know, is a useless machine, but it's kind of complicated to do. The first thing is about this block and this lever here, because we want the piston to be right here, and we have to do some tricks to do that. First, because when you flip the lever, this block will be powered. So when the piston comes to this height here, when we first place the piston from this position to this position, it will be diagonally powered, so it will try to extend, so it will break anything that is here. So in order to detect that a lever was flipped, I needed to use a piston, so when the piston gets in the extended state, it cannot be pushed. So this is the first trick I used here. Okay, so this allows us to place the piston here, but when the piston is at this height, so replacing this glass block here, there's another problem, because the lever is also powered, so it will make the piston extend and break this block immediately. And this is why we have this little guy here. I synchronize this piston with this piston being pushed up here, so that when it comes to this position, this guy is going to be extended. So let me just grab this block. This guy will be extended and it will block the path so that this guy cannot extend as well and break the machine, so that it fits within the size. I could use some other solutions, like I could extend the floor, and if it's 12 long here, the piston will not be able to, or more than 12, the piston won't be able to extend as well, and I won't need this piston here. I could also use a barrier block here. So if I do this and get rid of this piston, so you see there is an invisible block there. So maybe if Minecraft re-renders it, okay, we can flip it now. So now you don't see anything coming out of the floor and it works normally, but I think it's the cheaty way to do it, so I decided I came up with this solution here. There are some unexpected things here. Like for example, this block needs to be solid because the double piston extender uses it. So I didn't know that. It happened by accident. So when we need to grab this piston here, so I place the piston there, then this guy extends and places a observer block there powering this, so it gives a pulse and breaks the lever. And when it comes back and then it gets pulled to the side, it will send a pulse here, because when the observer blocks are moved, they send a secondary pulse. And this pulse is used by the double extender, because as soon as I pull this, I also extend this from the floor and it catches this pulse here by the butt action. And then the first retraction is done with the double extender, just like this. Yeah, so it was kind of a useful accident here, because otherwise I would have a lot of trouble. Because as you can see, I cannot power this block because I need something that needs to extend here or be unmovable here. I also need a piston here. The piston layout I created do not allow me many options for the double extension. And this thing back here, this is what I believe will be a trend with redstoners right now. Observer blocks can do a lot of things in a very compact space, but that's it. It's very confusing. It's really difficult to understand. So I don't really want to know what this thing does. I just gave up trying to explain how this thing works. This side here is just completely crazy. And this is another thing that I believe we're going to be seeing a lot more in the future. So you can see that here that I have a repeater going to absolutely nowhere, but it's also being detected by the observer block. This is a very, very useful feature that I mentioned in one of my videos, that the redstone community would take a lot of advantage from having things like that. So from this this block will change states and be its internal state and be read by this one, and then it gets a pulse here, and I did a lot of delay from this. So once I pulse this guy, I send a signal line right from here and all the way around here until it gets to this. And this is another little technique that I believe you guys will use a lot. So this is kind of a parasite kind of signal line here. So I'm here to power this line, but I also grab a signal from this line using a observer block here, and I read the state with this so I can power this guy once again. So what we have here is something quite crazy, because we have one line of signal here for this piston, and then we have exactly next to it another signal, and it's supposed to power this piston underneath the cyan glass block here. And what's crazy about it is it's able to power this piston without powering this piston once again. Because if you power this piston once again, the machine will reset itself and not ever stop. It will start clocking and never stop again. So a lot of crazy techniques, and those techniques are just the beginning. Observer blocks are really new in the game, and I believe that most of those techniques are going to be used for the more advanced redstoners, and you guys are going to see a lot of this in the near future. So let's just watch this working once again. Yeah, I really love this little machine. So yeah, guys, I believe that's it for this video. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.